Welcome into the show. I'm Dan McLaughlin. Now, if you're a soccer fan, the past few months have been fantastic for the soccer capital of the United States, and that's right here in St. Louis. The soccer and sports community has been gearing up for the launch of MLS coming to town. The incredible run by the St. Louis University Billikens men's soccer team. A historic number of local kids being drafted by Major League Soccer teams. And the always incredible night put on by the Missouri Athletic Club, which is the announcement of the Hermann Awards for the nation's top college players. Tonight, we're going to hear from Crystal Dunn, who is a former recipient of the Hermann Award when she played at North Carolina. Now, she has gone on to great professional and international success for the women's national team. And she was back in town at the MAC to visit with this year's recipients. Also, Kevin Kalish and the SLU men's Billikens soccer team just wrapped up a season in which they nearly won the national title. They were the A10 champions of regular season play and had 4 first-round picks in the MLS draft. A visit with the Bills head coach is coming up. Finally, we'll go behind the scenes of draft day for local kids here in town. You'll see the moment that their name was called and a dream realized as they were picked in the draft. We start, though, at the historic downtown Missouri Athletic Club. And since 1986, the MAC has presented college soccer's version of the Heisman Trophy to the top male and female collegiate soccer players in the country. Now, many of these players have turned into the biggest names in American soccer history. 3 finalists on both the men's and women's side. The MAC puts on an incredible event which not only showcases the best of soccer, but also engages young kids and soccer fans across the nation with a sport that so many love.
Well, the MAC continues to give this award some instantaneous pedigree simply because they have always awarded athletes in St. Louis. And as you well know, St. Louisans love their St. Louisans. Secondly, this puts this sport on the intercollegiate national map by giving it an award of real pedigree itself, with its home base being in St. Louis. And with St. Louis being the rise of the popularity of sport in our country, in particular intercollegiate soccer, it fits really well, and it's A+ all the way around.
Well, it's a huge night for us. Part of our mission is celebrating amateur athletics. We're located in what we all take pride in calling the soccer capital of the United States. So it's a huge night for the club. It's a huge night for the St. Louis soccer community, and we just so excited to host this event and bring the best young college soccer players of the year to St. Louis each year. It's an incredible response, within the soccer community in St. Louis and then the college soccer community throughout the country. I mean, this event and this award is really held in high esteem. I mean, the kids get so excited to come here. The coaches are just so appreciative and thankful when they're invited to this event and they see the lengths that we go to make them feel welcome and to celebrate them and their sport. So it's a tremendous reception. It's really well known in those communities. To me, the best part are the interviews with the kids during the banquet, because whether it's Bill McDermott or whether it's the kids giving a speech themselves or the coaches talking about them, just so inspirational to hear these young people that work so hard and oftentimes have to overcome long odds to get where they are, and it's just so inspiring and refreshing to see such positive stories year in and year out from all these incredible young kids.
One of those positive stories is Crystal Dunn, a former recipient of the Hermann Award while at North Carolina, a standout now on the U.S. women's national team and an inspiration for many of the players of today, and in particular, the young girls who play the sport of soccer. Crystal, thanks so much for coming back to St. Louis and being a part of this show. So welcome back to town. What are the memories like for you being back in St. Louis and being a part of the Hermann Awards?
Yeah, I mean, being back here for this award now, one, I feel like it's aged me. I'm obviously playing a different role here than I did those years ago when I was up for the nomination of this award. But it's incredible to be back in this building, just seeing the young players, the future of this game, be so excited to just be in this room and me share that moment with them, I think is really, really special.
Well, you're not that far removed from when you were the player receiving this award. How much, though, has American soccer changed since that time? The athletes and the sport, it seems to be just getting better and better.
Yeah, I'm a firm believer that, the game of soccer, I think, changes and evolves every 2 years. And I mean that by saying the game gets quicker, players are, more knowledgeable of the game. The tactical abilities of players now has just increased so drastically. But it's an incredible thing to watch. And I think when I was in college, obviously I thought it was, such a high level. And now when I watch these games, it's an even higher level. So I think, these players are getting better. There's obviously so much more access to videos and just games and things like that, which I think helps and plays into the development of players.
I know Mia Hamm was very instrumental in your career and inspiration for you, and now you come back here and you're an inspiration for so many of the collegiate players of today. So what is that like for you that you are now their inspiration in this game moving forward?
Yeah, I think, when Jim reached out about, me being back here at this award ceremony, I was thrilled because it made me feel like, when I was here and Mia was, in this room with me, it was, such a special moment. And I think now that I can share this moment with the new generation of players, one, makes me feel like I hope that I was able to inspire them in some way. But two, it just makes me feel like, I'm excited to celebrate this new generation of players, and I'm excited to see where the game grows. And obviously, some of the players on the women's side, obviously, will, be my competitors very soon in the league. And I look forward to just, chatting with them and following their careers.
Well, the Missouri Athletic Club has been putting on, as you know, this special night since the mid-1980s. What do you think this means to these players to get the recognition they deserve and really to shine a light on the sport of soccer? So how special of a night is it that the MAC is putting on for these kids and programs and what they're able to do with this?
Yeah, I mean, I think the Mac Hermann is obviously equivalent to, the Heisman Trophy. You are basically being named the best player in the collegiate game in soccer. And I think it's such an incredible, prestigious award. And, being even nominated for it, I think is incredible. But to walk away with the trophy at this banquet, I think, these players need to cherish it. And it's such a special moment that you should never take for granted.
Crystal, thank you. And it's great to have you back in town. There were 6 finalists for the Hermann Award, 3 on the women's side and 3 on the men's side. These 6 are the best in the country in collegiate soccer. These are the names of players that many sports fans will be following on the international stage, the MLS stage, or you're going to watch them play overseas. Incredible athletes and soccer players.
The winner of the 2021 Women's Missouri Athletic Club Hermann Trophy is, from Florida State University, Jalen Hell.
It is such an honor and a privilege to stand on stage once again. I am so grateful to the Missouri Athletic Club for hosting this ceremony and honoring us as athletes and our contributions to the game. I'm so grateful to my parents for their unending love and support, providing me the opportunity to reach my potential. And I am also grateful to Mark Krikorian and Florida State Athletics for drawing out the best in me and providing me with every opportunity for success as a collegiate athlete.
Fabulous player attacking, as you have to be in the middle part of the field. Helps out on defense as well. A 2-year winner 2 times in a row. Given the parity of intercollegiate soccer, men, women, either, it doesn't make any difference. That's tremendously difficult. But every game she plays in, she's a part of the outcome and she dominates every game she plays in.
The winner of the 2021 Men's Missouri Athletic Club Hermann Trophy is, from Georgetown University, Dante Polvara.
We have this thing in our team, whenever there's individual accolades, it's a team award, and this is no different. So all those boys back home, you guys know how important you were, and thank you for giving me the opportunity to be here due to your guys' hard work and dedication. very proud to be part of our team and family. So thank you, everyone.
Very similar type of player to all the top scorers and players who run at people on a regular basis, and continues to give Georgetown that national pedigree that they started so many years ago. They're going to always be close to the top with players like Palara. He runs at people. Everybody in the world wants a player like this. Run at people, take people on, and do things dangerously.
Once again, congratulations to all the nominees and the winners of this year's Hermann Awards at the Missouri Athletic Club. Coming up, Kevin Kalish, the head coach of the men's soccer team at SLU. He's going to be my guest, and that's next on Scoops with Danny Mac here on Fox 2. Scoops with Danny Mac on Fox 2 is brought to you by Schnucks, Ryan Kelly, the home loan expert, Lou Fuse, Triad Bank, Lordo's Diamonds, your family's jeweler for life, and the Missouri Athletic Club. 2 clubhouses, 1 platinum club. Welcome back to Scoops with Danny Mac on Fox 2. A reminder, there's daily content on the website, scoopswithdannymac.com. Podcasts, features, articles. If you've missed Bernie Miklasz and his writing, you can see it all daily on scoopswithdannymac.com. Welcome back to the show on Fox 2. Recently, the soccer season on the men's side finished up for the SLU Billikens, and it was one of their best seasons in recent memory. They finished 16-1-4. They were undefeated in the regular season for the first time since 1971. 50 years. They won both the regular season and the A10 tournament title, and they had four first-round picks in the recent MLS draft. So let's welcome in Kevin Kalish, a Billiken Hall of Famer, great player, and now the head coach of the Bills. And Coach, first of all, congratulations on a terrific year, memorable year for you and your team. What was it like for you?
Yeah, it was historical, wasn't it? Just one of those seasons that just memorable in a lot of ways, you know. The success we had on the field, obviously the community support, and then obviously finishing off last week with the draft and giving our guys a lot of opportunities to go on and move and play professionally. So overall, just a season to remember for sure.
What was it like seeing so many of your Billikens being drafted?
Yeah, you're just proud, right? I think I know all the amount of work that all of them put into it, right? So on the back end, I know, and then when they first arrive on campus and we sit down and we talk a lot about what their goals are and what they want to accomplish. That was one of them, and so to allow for them to be able to go and live their dreams, it's pretty cool.
When you took over the program, Kevin, 4 years ago, it was okay, not great, and now it's at the level that I think many expect it to be, and that's a national power. So how were you able to elevate the program so quickly?
Honestly, it's just good, really recruiting good people, right? I think it starts with our staff. It starts with, even Dr. Postello and Chris May and our leadership here. We just make sure we're all aligned, and then obviously Coach Stoll and Coach Birch do an unbelievable job of modeling, our values and our, and really kind of identifying the players that we think fit SLU, and then it's about building a really high-performing environment and a culture, based on our values, and just staying consistent. And obviously you need talent, you need great players, and we were able to get a lot of great players into the program over the last 3 or 4 years.
You've been able to do that with area kids, St. Louis kids. So how good right now is that St. Louis kid that is coming out of high school, wants to play college soccer? How good is he?
Yeah, it's great. It's been this way for decades, right? Long before even when I played, and so I don't think it's going to change. I mean, as we know, soccer is ingrained in the culture here in St. Louis, and it's passed on from generation to generation. And I think St. Louis will always be a hotbed for soccer, and obviously with City coming, it's going to be a fantastic environment where a player can start at a very young age and hopefully end up going through, whether it's going through college and finding that pathway and then to the pros, or potentially directly to the pros. I think there's a lot of opportunities now for for players that are playing the game. It's awesome.
You're coming off a historic run, historic season. What does that do for your program moving forward?
Yeah, look, I think it's a culmination of a lot of hard work. I think it's not a validation because it's definitely a step in the right direction, and we're going to continue to move forward. We want this to be sustainable, and we want our success not just to be a one-year thing. We want to have that consistency across the board. So I think it's another step in our evolution as a program, and I'm excited to get back to the field here in this upcoming week.
I got to ask you, in terms of MLS coming to St. Louis and having professional soccer at that level, what does that do to help a college program like SLU?
Yeah, I think there's a lot that it does, actually. I think when you look at obviously being so close in proximity to our stadium and to our campus, and being able to watch high-level games and watch environments where the best in the United States are playing, I think it's only going to add a lot of value to the overall culture, to the experience, for players to really kind of have those dreams and aspirations in real life. I think they kind of see it up close and personal. I think it's an important part of development, and I think it's just going to be a great having them as neighbors for sure.
All right, let's have a little fun here. You have a St. Louis kid. He commits to you. He plays at St. Louis U, then goes on to play MLS for his hometown team. Have you thought about what that could mean for soccer in this town?
We'll definitely have one, I'm sure, at some point. I know we'll have a few guys next year that'll be coming out that'll definitely, in my opinion, are good enough to be at the professional level. Whether they end up at City or not, I guess we'll wait and see. But yeah, I think obviously once City has a chance to kind of establish their academy and establish more homegrown rights, we'll be recruiting a lot out of their academy program, along with a lot of other academy programs here in St. Louis. And I'm sure you're going to see a player that's going to wear the SLU jersey and then end up wearing the City jersey for sure.
When you go as far as you guys did this year and almost win the national championship, what's it like the next day or week? Do you decompress, or does it energize you and you say, hey, I'm ready to get it going for next fall?
Yeah, I think for all of us, we needed to decompress a bit, right? I think we needed to recharge the batteries. We put a lot into it, and it's a short period of time. And especially with COVID, and we had a double season. We played in the spring and fall, and it was a great year. It was a memorable year in 2021. But we usually will take some time to decompress, kind of wrap our head around and reflect on all the good that happened, and really kind of set our sights on 2022.
Finally, Kevin, on a personal level, what's this experience been like for you? A former great player here in town and now the head coach of SLU, and you're running your own program. It's really all come full circle. So what's this experience been like for you? Yeah,
I have the best job in the world, in my opinion. I think anytime you can give back to the university that's given so much to me and my family, and you really kind of create an environment and experience for the current student athletes I always like to say like that. I had such an amazing experience at SLU. I want to give that same experience to others, and I think this past year was an awesome environment for our guys and a great experience. A lot of memories made.
Coach, thanks for your time.
All right, thanks, Dan.
Coming up, memories were made as area kids were drafted in the recent MLS draft. So what was draft day like for them when their name was called? We're going to take you behind the scenes for those life-changing moments. That's next on Scoops with Danny Mack here on Fox 2. Scoops with Danny Mack on Fox 2 is brought to you by Schnucks, Ryan Kelly, the home loan expert, Lou Fuse, Triad Bank, Lordo's Diamonds, your family's jeweler for life, and the Missouri Athletic Club, 2 clubhouses, 1 platinum club. Welcome back to the show on Fox 2. For many years, St. Louis has produced some of the best soccer talent in the country, and that trend continues today. So many kids, thanks to the Lou Fuse program, Scott Gallagher, and others, are playing the game of soccer. The kids that are involved in these programs will be the next wave of talent going to SLU or even the MLS. Well, recently, a historic day here in St. Louis during the Major League Soccer draft, when local kids were not only being drafted, but these kids were some of the top picks of the draft. As we take you to that moment behind the scenes when their life was about to change.
Go, Kip Keller. was pre-select from St. Louis University.
Again, congratulations to those selected in the recent MLS draft and those that were honored at the Missouri Athletic Club. Also, thank you to my guests Crystal Dunn, Bill McDermott, Greg Beekman, and Kevin Kalish. This has been Scoops with Danny Mack on Fox 2, and I'll see you next Sunday.